Hi, my name is Jeremy Ross. I'm with IGC Software. This video is the second video covering the Survey OI application for our beta test group. In this video, we will be covering the functionality on the detail screen and activity feed for that customer record. To enter into the detail screen for the customer, you first need to have a customer created. Once that customer is created, all you will have to do is hit the little I in the blue circle next to the customer's record from the customer screen. So if I hit that I next to XYZ test, my screen is going to change. It takes me into the detail screen that has the activity feed on it. All of your customer information and detail information is listed here on the left-hand side. To edit that information, just hit edit at the bottom. It opens up the fields for you to access. From there, to access any of this information, just touch on the field that you want after you hit edit. And then from there, you can edit that customer information. So you can see at the top, I have XYZ as my customer or company information. I have my website for the company. I have the lead source for the company. The little I that you see right here pulls up your sales stage so you can track the progress through the sales cycle. Below that, you have contacts at that company. Just touch on the screen to move the cursor, and you can enter in any data that you need to. To add a new contact, all you would have to do is under the contact section, hit add new. Hitting the plus sign here pulls up a new contact for you to add. If I scroll down here on the left, I have address information. The little blue dot that you see here above load, if you have internet connectivity on your device, locates where you're at and pulls up that specific address. Or you can feel free to just go ahead and type that information in. You can set load and deliver addresses in there. You can add multiple additional addresses just by hitting the plus sign here and repeating that process. In the previous video, we covered the custom fields that you're allowed to add from the customer screen under the maintenance button. Those custom fields now appear here under the custom fields section of your customer information. So round robin, yes or no, load and go, yes or no. I can answer those questions as needed. To save any of these adjustments in here, all I would have to do in the bottom left-hand side is hit the save button. It saves that information into the system, and now it's ready for me to use. On the right-hand side, you have your activity feed. Your activity feed is going to be a time dated and listed feed of everything that you've done for that customer up to the point of sale, and then afterward as you're managing the project. To add different activities, all you do is hit the add sign or add button down here at the bottom. If I hit add, it pulls up a list of a number of different things that I can add. Everything from emails to text messages, phone numbers, follow-ups. There's a timer built into the system so that you can track specific time that you've used on projects. There's a photo feature where you can take pictures, even draw on those photos. You can do drawings by themselves. Site survey, which is how we're going to access our site survey. Walkthrough, which is an appointment for you to do that site survey. There's a move planning field and then a move day field. All of these tie in to either your email or your calendar on the device. So for example, if I hit email to, it activates my email to here on the left-hand side. I can set my start date and time for that email. I can enter in a subject here. I can enter in a message body here. And then once I have that in there, and I can even put additional notes at the bottom, all I do is hit save. By saving it, it launches the email functionality that lives within the iPad. From there, you can see that the subject is populated, the body of the email is populated. Now I just go ahead and enter in an email address to send this to. I'm going to cancel out of here and delete that draft as I don't want to actually send that. If I hit add again, we can go down to sales call. Sales call, I guess, would be maybe a cold call appointment that you would have with a customer. Any of the appointment information that you have in here, you can set date and time for it, add calendar, or add to calendar app. So by toggling this on, it will automatically, once it's saved, enter that information into the calendar that lives on your iPad. Add to reminders, you can add reminders to that as well. You can put in here in the message body what the appointment is supposed to be about. You have an activity was successful toggle, so once you've done that activity, you can turn that over to on, and then you can make any additional notes that are necessary. The intent and purpose of this activity feed is to tie it in eventually with a CRM application that we are building that will be released sometime in 2015. So as I'm working down through here, you have the photo option. Photos work great. It activates the camera on your device. All you do is snap a little icon down here to take the picture. Once the picture is taken, and let me take a picture of my screen here, I will take a new photo. From there, I can take a picture of the screen. I can hit use photo, and after it loads that photo in, I can then go ahead and draw on that photo. Anything that I need, I can make notes. So think about the different types of stuff that you see in an O&I scenario that you can take pictures of: dock access, routes of egress in and or out of the building, things like that. All very easy to do. I'm going to go ahead and trash this photo though. Just hit the little trash button at the top and it deletes that activity. Also in here, beyond your activity feed, you have this button here in the upper right. The button in the upper right is going to allow you to edit your list or create a contact record or export this information into Dropbox. So if you have a Dropbox account, you can hit export to Dropbox. It'll take this record, throw it into your Dropbox account. You can create a contact record in here. So what that does is it accesses the contacts on your device and creates a contact based on the information that you have over here on the left-hand side. Also with this, I have managed list types. This is one of two areas that you can go in and manage your lists. By default, your application is going to have two different list types for surveying: a lab and an office. Currently, there are no values associated with items in the lab or the office. That's where managing this list comes in. So if I hit manage for office, I can go to items. It pulls up my global item list. And from there, I can go into any of these items. Things like, refrigerator, medium. I can edit the item. What it does is it pulls up any number of cartons that I want to assign to that item. I don't think a refrigerator would justify that, but things like bookcases and stuff like that does. Default item or default number units, you can enter in the units or a measure of unit or unit of measure. A unit of measure in here. So for example, if this takes up, a 10 cube on the truck, I can put in my unit of measure would be 10 for that. Quantity, you're going to leave blank. Those will tally up as you're entering that information in. Is it equipment? Okay. Yes or no. Is it systems furniture? Yes or no. These are important toggles. Obviously, this is not equipment and it's not systems furniture, so I'm going to leave those off. But including survey results, I'm going to turn that on because I want it included in the results for my survey when I go to run my report. So that's how you would go in and manage an item. You can manage any of these items on here. And like I said, by default, this is the pre-canned default list that we provide you with. The list doesn't have any values associated with it. To remove items from this list, so to edit your global inventory list, you can swipe. Give me just a second here. I'm sorry, you don't swipe, you touch the screen. To edit your inventory list and remove an item from the list, you just touch the screen. You can hit hide item here. This will hide the item for you. To add a new item into your inventory list, you hit the plus sign in the upper right. You can create a new item name, assign cartons to it, number of default units. You can assign your cube to it, or floor space, or dolly load, however you're calculating it. You can assign that unit of measure to it as well. So very easy to add and or remove. Also in here, you have the ability to add and remove what we call kits. Kits are special sections of your inventory. A kit would be something like a cubicle that would have a work surface, 3 walls, a chair, a computer, and a trash can in it. So you can create kits by hitting Manage, selecting Kits, and then from there, you can create a new kit by calling it Cube, by calling it whatever you want, and then selecting items from your global inventory list to include in on that kit. So what that's going to do for you, like I said, every time you survey that kit, it's automatically going to add 3 cubes, a work surface, 2 binder bins, a computer, and a trash can, and a chair to every kit that you add. So you're going to be able to, it's just a faster way for you when you're in the surveying process to add something that's unique to that customer. So when you see a sea of 20, 30 cubicles that are all the same, you can add one of these kits and then add the kits in bulk, by quantity of quantities of 10, 25, or 50, even 100. So you have those options available to you after the kit is created and exists within your list. So that covers the information on the detail screen. The next and last video we're going to do is actually the surveying process itself. I will get into that with our next video. So thank you.